Thank you, all the teachers from JDS. Lovely to be back here today. We are with the book, My Good School. If you have your copy, maybe I think what we should do, we should have you actually open your camera so that I know I am with humans and not with AI when I'm reading. So I would request the teachers to please put on their cameras. That will help and it will convey better content. What if you were go to a class and you stood outside the class, shut the door and read to the students inside? Yeah, I'm sure that will have no effect when you have teachers all locked in a classroom and I can't connect with all of them. So it'll be a good idea to have a camera or two on. It'll help. It'll improve our learning. Thank you so much. So as I have shared, today our focus is why teachers are averse to change. जो हमारे टीचर हैं क्या वो चेंज पसंद करते हैं? एक बहुत बड़ा सवाल है। और अगर आपको इसको सोचेंगे, चेंज आपको एक इनसिक्योरिटी लाता है। जब हम कहीं जाते हैं एज अ स्कूल कोच और एज अ टीचर और एज अ मेंटर, देयर इज अ फियर, विल आई बी असेस्ड, व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस विल कम इन माय लाइफ विद दिस चेंज। जब मौसम बदलता है ना, हमको फ्लू हो जाता है, खांसी जुकाम बुखार हो जाता है। वी हैव टू अडेप्ट, and once we adapt we forget the pain of change of season. So take your learning forward, take these changes in your life as just changes of season. Like you need the 4 seasons to ripen a fruit, teachers also need to adapt. टीचर्स को एक चीज याद रखनी है कि एक ही कांस्टेंट है, वो है चेंज. Why teachers are averse to change? We are on page 56 from the book My Good School by myself, the author, Sandeep Dutt. For any school to develop, or for that matter, for any organization to grow, change management is the most daunting task. Teachers are the real agents of change, and only when they take the onus of leading the change will it reflect in a school. No system or school management can succeed without first addressing the challenge of handling the reservations our teachers have. In this call, I have a live example, whether it is JDS or it is the Arthur Foot Academy, our 2 champion schools who come, are finding it difficult to adapt. Let's take a simple example. You were all told that they will be reading after school today. And I'm sure you found that first notice or first request from the principal or from your colleague a little difficult. अरे अब हमारी क्लास लगेगी, सर हमारी क्लास लगाएंगे, ये कितना मुश्किल काम है, मुझे तो घर जाना है, खाना पकाना है, जल्दी है. एक क्षण सोचिए. The most important reason why you are a teacher, because you can read, and we are only helping you enhance your skill. So don't feel reserved when you come to these reading sessions. And I had a very interesting example yesterday in the poetry session, where I explained that the biggest devil is the words. जो अक्षर, जो हरफ, जो सेंटेंसेस, जो आपकी बोल होती है, कई बार वो सोचे समझे बगैर बाहर निकल जाती है. तो इसलिए अपने आप को नेगेटिवली कभी भी एक्सप्रेस करने से पहले एक क्षण सोचो, क्या मैं सही तीर चला रही हूं? क्योंकि जो आपके लफ्ज हैं, जो आपके वर्ड्स हैं, वो तीर कमान से भी ज्यादा पावरफुल हैं. तीर तो वापस आ जाता है कमान में, बट आपका वर्ड कभी वापस नहीं आएगा. सो कभी भी अपने आप को नेगेटिव साइकिल में नहीं डालो. नेवर थिंक you have a problem at hand. Accept the moment as a challenge and adapt. Over the years, the education curriculum at schools has undergone significant change and has not really kept up pace with the modern day innovation needs. The teachers have become too comfortable in what they have been doing for years. And some may say they do not want to sweat it out. मेरे बाल धूप में सफेद नहीं हुए, मेहनत करके हुए, उम्र के साथ हुए. क्या जरूरत है मुझे इतनी मेहनत करने के लिए, आपके साथ स्वेट आउट करने के लिए? थिंक, देयर इज अ रीजन व्हाई वी आर टुगेदर. देयर इज अ रीजन व्हाई वी आर ब्रॉट टुगेदर. देयर इज अ रीजन, एंड द रीजन ओनली वन, because we care for your happiness. Many of our teachers are doing the job as a profession of chance. Think, and not a profession of choice. There are very few people for whom teaching would be the first choice of profession. At this point, I'll pause and tell you that I'm very optimistic seeing people want to teach today. When I travel across the country, I go to schools, I meet young people, and you'll be quite surprised. They're quite idealistic in their teens. There are some who would wish to become a teacher, and that's a very positive sign. This is where the real challenge lies today. Today, our guru does not stand on the pedestal where our history and culture portrayed him. जो हमारे गुरु की पद्धति है, वो ही नहीं रही जो हिस्टोरिकली थी. Likewise, the student is really is not in awe of the teacher. That means the student is not in awe of the teacher. It is not the student's fault. It is our teacher's fault that our students don't look up to us. And this is what we have to think. Why our students are not looking up to us? Is it because we cannot meet their expectations? Is it because the times have become demanding? There is something where we are not live up to the expectations of what is expected of us. And this is because his or her needs are not met by the education system. So the education system does not meet the needs of the student. The biggest challenge for us is to make the teacher feel appreciated. This is the most important challenge. And make teaching the most sought after profession in the nation. So the teaching, if you look at it across the world today, in Finland, teachers are highest paid. In Korea, teachers are the highest paid. I'm giving you some finest examples of teachers in education in the world. In Canada, teachers are much higher paid than even lawyers. So we have to create a space. And teachers can't say they are paid less so they'll work less. No, it doesn't work like that. You're paid less because you possibly are not good enough to get more. I'm saying something very hard. Think about it. Teachers have a reason to be averse to change, as they find themselves on the receiving end from all the stakeholders in the education process: the parents, the teachers, the management. Even society as a whole is not really as appreciative of our teachers and their work. I'm sure this is true. Minakshi, you want to interlude? This lack of appreciation leads to loss of self-esteem. The urge to live in the age of consumerism leaves little scope to be innovators, free thinkers, and learners. To top it all, the outdated syllabus and the tools of delivery all make their job most uninteresting. Further, in most cases, students outdo the teachers in terms of lifestyle and earning capacity. And this makes the teacher even more pessimistic in outlook. Some find being once a teacher, always a teacher, makes them quite staid and even brings about a feeling of isolation. These teachers become the victims of their own circumstances as they believe their destiny is to be stuck in the profession alone. Many use teaching as a way to pass time as they study, pursue their academic programs, and prepare to get better jobs. For them, teaching is only a small earning venture for a limited period of time, a stopgap arrangement before they move to other things. This is a fallacy, as many then end up trying for years to move out but do not make it. So if you look around, a lot of teachers are giving entrance exams after entrance exams, and finally they tire out. Why not use that energy positively? They end up not giving their best in the class and end up following the same lesson plan, the same way all their lives. Only when they see that every student has the potential of being an Einstein and that they alone can find the genius in every child will they value their profession and go on to innovate. So you have to ensure that you value every child with their abilities. And only when you can help every child will you get the respect and honor that you deserve. With limited time and resources, the huge demand for schoolings, we get away with poor quality delivery in any school today. This is perhaps another reason for substandard teaching and why we get away with our teachers living in denial of the fact that they need to study and improve throughout their lives. Teaching is a profession with no entry barrier, and teachers have the most onerous task of building young minds. This is not the best environment for academic delivery. Low wages, lack of knowledge, no teaching standards, and most of all, the never ending population pressure for schooling makes teachers quite pessimistic in their outlook and averse to change. For any nation to grow, teachers must be the change makers and should not resist change. They will have to go beyond the self and, like soldiers, work selflessly as always and help young minds grow to develop into great teachers. The need of the hour for administrators, governments, and policymakers is to work towards making teaching the most sought after profession. This alone will help us overcome the teacher's aversion to change and help us reach our full potential. In the Teachers Academy, on Saturdays, we are reading a book. The book is Shomi Das, The Man Who Saw Tomorrow. Now, this particular book mentions something very similar. That like you have IAS, perhaps we need something known as India Education Service. There should be a whole cadre, there should be a whole service for teachers. And teachers should be valued as service providers, not simple soldiers in the school. Because teaching as a service is the biggest service you can do. Someone asked me the other day, what do you do at my good school? I said, very simple. We take care of the hunger for learning. If you go to a Gurdwara, langar never stops. And likewise, learning at the Learning Foundation, Learning Forward India Foundation will never stop. With this spirit, we'll go on, and that's exactly what we have been doing. So it's a very short chapter. I want you to reflect over why teachers are averse to change. Think about it and share your thoughts. You can share in the WhatsApp group. You can comment below the post. I will share the link to the post on the blog. But please remember, get into the habit of commenting, get into the habit of reflecting, get into the habit of teaching. That's very important, because if you can't do that, then perhaps the whole purpose of being a teacher is lost. Anyone has any question? You can unmute, because in this we can talk. It's a meeting. It's not a webinar like earlier. So you're most welcome to unmute. Share with me the challenges you face as a teacher. And why do you think and how do you think we can overcome these challenges together? Minakshi? नीरज जी, नीरज कुमार जी,
गुड
आपने
आफ्टरनून सर।
जी नमस्कार बेटा, कुछ ज्ञान प्राप्त हुआ आज?
यस सर।
अच्छा, अब हिंदी में बोलिए, अगर कोई परेशानी कोई चिंता नहीं है, हिंदी मेरी प्यारी भाषा है, आपकी भी है। क्या आप इसे सही मानते हैं कि जो हम टीचर हैं चेंज से घबराते हैं? ऐसा होता है आपको कभी महसूस?
यस सर।
तो आप इस डर को या इस घबराहट को कैसे अपने आप को सूक्ष्म बना के इस चैलेंज को ले सकते हैं? क्या कर सकते हैं हम इस डर को भगाने के लिए? बहुत अच्छा, हाँ सोचिए सोचिए, बोलिए, प्लीज बोलिए।
सर, जैसे हमसे कोई कुछ भी पूछता है, हमें तुरंत थोड़ा सोच समझ के उसका आंसर देना चाहिए।
बहुत खूब,
डायरेक्ट
बहुत खूब।
डायरेक्टली अगर हम बिना थिंकिंग के ही, बिना अंडरस्टैंडिंग के ही कुछ भी आंसर पुट अप करेंगे, उसमें कुछ कम्युनिकेशन बैरियर हो जाता है।
बहुत अच्छे, बहुत अच्छे। और आपको सोचने के लिए क्या चीज चाहिए? आपने बहुत अच्छा कहा कि हमको सोच के जवाब देना चाहिए। इस सोच को आगे ले जाने के लिए आपको क्या चाहिए?
इस सोच को ले जाने के लिए सर हमें एक गुड डेवलप नॉलेज होनी चाहिए हमारे पास।
बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब। हमारे पास नॉलेज का रिजर्वायर होना चाहिए, नॉलेज का पूरा सूक्ष्म बनाने के लिए नॉलेज का भंडार होना चाहिए। ठीक है, बहुत अच्छे। तो आपने पहली चीज हमें आज बताई कि हमें सोच के जवाब देना चाहिए, और सोचने के लिए हमें नॉलेज का भंडार चाहिए। बहुत खूब। अब आपको नॉलेज का भंडार मिल गया, आप सोच रहे हैं। इन दो चीजों के साथ जब आप सोच के जवाब देंगे, वो जवाब कैसा होगा?
एग्जैक्टली सर सही रहेगा वो जवाब। अप्रोक्सीमेटली अगर करेक्ट नहीं होगा, लेकिन उसके आसपास का रहेगा।
बहुत अच्छा। और इसमें एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि इसमें ऑनेस्टी जरूर होनी चाहिए। कभी सबको, मुझे भी सब कुछ नहीं आता, आपको भी सब कुछ नहीं आता, और आज से अच्छा समय कभी नहीं था नॉलेज इकट्ठी करने के लिए, नॉलेज एकत्रित करने के लिए। आप देखिए, कभी संडे स्कूल में आए, जब बच्चे सवाल पूछते हैं, तो जुगजीत सर कहते हैं आपके हाथ में एक डिवाइस है, आप सर्च कीजिए। कितना आसान हो गया है आज नॉलेज एकत्रित करने का। ये जो
यस सर।
नॉलेज का फ्री फ्लो हुआ है, ये सबसे बड़ी गिफ्ट है पिछले 100 साल की।
यस सर।
और आपको नॉलेज को अकोमोडेट करने के लिए, चेंज को एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए इस वक्त बहुत सारे टूल्स हैं। ये एआई का जमाना है, उसे सीखने के लिए हमारे साथ चलिए। और आप हमारे साथ तभी चलेंगे जब आप केवल यहाँ पे पढ़ने आएंगे, उससे काम नहीं बनेगा। आपको रिफ्लेक्ट भी करना है, और रिफ्लेक्शन जब तक आप नहीं करेंगे, तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, आपकी सोच आगे नहीं बढ़ेगी। मानते हैं नीरज जी इसे, इस चीज को?
यस सर।
ठीक है, आपको मेरा स्क्रीन नजर आ रहा है ना कंप्यूटर का?
यस सर।
तो अब हम सोचते हैं कि हम इसको कैसे करेंगे, इस चैलेंज को कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे। लेट अस सी व्हाट वी कैन डू। ये एक वर्कशीट आप लोगों को नजर आ रही है ना?
यस सर।
एक स्प्रेडशीट। हमने ये जो रीडिंग सेशंस थे, फ्राइडे के बुक रीडिंग सेशन स्टार्ट किए थे 7 फरवरी से, और हम ये वाले चैप्टर बुक्स के पढ़ चुके हैं। इस शीट का जो शेयर है, जो लिंक है, ये कॉपी मैंने करके इसको मैंने व्हाट्सएप में डाला है। मेरा व्हाट्सएप नजर आ रहा है?
यस सर।
व्हाट्सएप में ये ग्रुप है जीएसआई जर्नल। अगर आप इस ग्रुप में नहीं हैं, इसे प्लीज ज्वाइन कर लीजिए। आप यहाँ कैसे पहुंचेंगे? जब आप गुड स्कूल अलायंस के अंदर जाएंगे, उसके अंदर आपको एक ग्रुप मिलेगा, उसे ज्वाइन कर लीजिए। ये वर्कशीट यहाँ पे है, और यहाँ पे मैंने आज लिखा था वी आर रीडिंग चैप्टर 7, सॉरी, दिस चैप्टर ऑन 7th March, व्हाई टीचर्स आर एवर्स टू चेंज। एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट विच आई वांट टू टेल यू नाउ, अगर आप यहाँ पे जाएंगे, ये एक लिंक है जो हमने यहाँ पे लगाया है। ये जो लिंक है, ये आपको एक ब्लॉग पे ले जाएगा। आप उस ब्लॉग पे जाएं, और व्हाई टीचर्स आर एवर्स टू चेंज, अगर आपके पास किताब नहीं है, इफ यू डोंट हैव द बुक, द चैप्टर इज देयर। रीड इट स्लोली, इवन इफ यूर हिंदी मीडियम, इवन इफ यूर हिंदी मीडियम, एक हफ्ता लगाएं, इस चैप्टर को धीरे धीरे पढ़ें। और जब आप चैप्टर को पढ़ लेंगे, तो आपको मौका मिलेगा इसके नीचे कमेंट देने का। वहां कमेंट बॉक्स है। यहाँ कमेंट बॉक्स इसलिए नहीं आ रहा क्योंकि मैं लॉग्ड इन नहीं हूं इसके अंदर, क्योंकि मैंने खुद ही ये ब्लॉग लिखा है। तो आप ब्लॉग के अंदर जाके इस आर्टिकल के नीचे कमेंट कर सकते हैं। एक दूसरा, आपको आपने एक बहुत अच्छी चीज की, दैट टीचर्स मस्ट थिंक, accumulate knowledge एंड देन अकॉर्डिंगली रिप्लाई। तो आपके पास अगर कोई थॉट्स हैं, मैं एक ईमेल आईडी लिख रहा हूं, आप पढ़ सकते हैं। ईमेल आईडी क्या है?
यस।
क्या लिखा है मैंने?
क्लियरली सर दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है।
ओके, छोटा है ना स्क्रीन। मैं दोबारा,
यस।
मैंने शेयर योर थॉट्स एंड रिफ्लेक्शंस। आप फोन में अगर व्हाट्सएप अपना देखेंगे,
ओके सर।
आप अगर लिखना चाहें कोई आर्टिकल इस बारे में कि टीचर्स के चैलेंजेस क्या होते हैं, व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस यू फेस एंड व्हाई टीचर्स आर एवर्स टू चेंज, whatever thoughts come to you, whatever the problems you face as a teacher, what are the challenges you face at an individual level, if you feel you want to write to me, please do write.
ओके
If you
सर।
want writing an email difficult, then you can WhatsApp me. I'm writing a number there. This WhatsApp will reach me. So you can WhatsApp on this number, and we'll be more than happy to mentor you, guide you, and support you in your learning.
ओके सर, आई राइट रिफ्लेक्शन दिस टॉपिक।
जी जी जी। आप जब रिफ्लेक्शन भेजेंगे, तो आपका जो रिफ्लेक्शन है वो हम पोस्ट करेंगे। आप लोगों ने देखा है ये हैप्पी टीचर वाला ब्लॉग?
यस
देखा
सर।
है ना? हाँ। अब
जी।
जैसे कल पोएट्री सेशन हुआ था, तो हमने उसका रिफ्लेक्शन यहाँ पे पोस्ट किया है। और अगर आप लास्ट वीक के इसके सेशंस में जाएंगे, हम नीचे चलते हैं। सो हमारी जो रीडिंग माई गुड स्कूल 28 फरवरी की थी, उसका रिफ्लेक्शन यहाँ पे है। What we read, what is the discussion's outcome, and what you can do with your learning. It's as easy as that. If you send me a reflection, if you send me a post, we will put on this blog. So we are insisting that you read, you reflect, and you build relationships with yourself. You build relationships with your community. You build relationships with your students, your teachers, your management. And that will help you overcome this aversion for change. That will give you the necessary confidence to communicate better. That will give you the necessary confidence to think critically. That will give you the confidence to collaborate. And if you can collaborate, if you can think critically, you will become a fine teacher. And you will not have these challenges which you think hold you back. This whole fear of change holds us back for generations, and together we will overcome that. Sometime back, I read a chapter with you, teachers travel with you all your life. So if you don't change, your students will not be able to adapt. And if they will not be able to adapt for the world, they will not carry you all your life, all their lives also. So if you want to build a legacy, if you want to ensure that the lives of people around you improve, you have to first improve your own life. And that's why we are doing these sessions with you, to help you think, to help you build knowledge, to help you adapt. I encourage you to go to this blog and read. You will find very interesting articles to read. There's a very nice one, Honesty, a Cherished Virtue. Now, when you go on the right column of the screen, in this screen, if you see, there is a left column, which is the main blog, and there is a right column. You can see these are the articles which are currently being read. So whichever article is read more will come up here. There was a very interesting session on 1st of March on reflections from the book Masterclass, which is on Saturday. And this is also connected with what we are doing today, cashing in on confidence. So why you are averse to change? Because you don't have the confidence in yourself. You don't have the capacity in yourself. आपको सिंपल एग्जांपल मैं दूंगा. आप जब सैर करते हैं, आप सांस लेते हैं, आप थक जाते हैं. आप थोड़ा और सैर करते हैं, आपको आदत पड़ जाती है, आपका डिस्टेंस बढ़ जाता है. सैर करने के बाद भागना शुरू करते हैं. आप जिम जाते हैं, अपनी कैपेसिटी धीरे धीरे बढ़ाते हैं, और जैसे आप अपनी कैपेसिटी बढ़ाएंगे, आप में कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा और चेंज को एक्सेप्ट करने की स्ट्रेंथ आएगी. दैट इज व्हाई वी आर हियर विद यू, to give you that ability to overcome this inhibition, to give you that ability to overcome this little bit of push and encouragement you need. And this will only come when we read together. Any question? Please put questions in your chat box. I'll be happy to answer them. Any question you can ask me. Minakshi, you have a question? Thank you, Neeraj. You were a big support. I'm glad you are building up
थैंक
the
यू सर.
courage. It is very happy. मैं बहुत खुश हूँ आपको मेहनत करते हुए देखते हुए, और आप लोगों का मनोबल बना रहे, आप लोगों का जो नॉलेज है वो बढ़ती रहे, ये हमारी सबसे प्राइम कोशिश है. आप टीचर जिस परिस्थिति में हैं, हम जानते हैं परिस्थिति क्या है. हमने बहुत सारे आपके जैसे स्कूल देखे हैं, आपके जैसे टीचर से मुलाकात की है. हम चैलेंजेस अवश्य समझते हैं, बट ये चैलेंज तब ओवरकम होंगे जब हम मिलके इनको ओवरकम करने की कोशिश करेंगे.
सॉर्ट
माइंड,
आउट.
जी जी, हमारा माइंड, हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस और थॉट जब पॉजिटिव तरीके से काम करेगी, तब हम आगे चल सकेंगे. एनी क्वेश्चंस? I urge you to please type your questions in the chat box. We made this a meeting so that you could type your questions. We made this a meeting so that you could ask questions. And as an author, I'm more than happy to answer questions from my book. I'm more than happy to help you as a coach, as a mentor. But this aversion or this limitation to change and sitting quietly and not asking questions, that's your call. You have to have questions in a class. A quiet class is not a good class. Yes. Yes, Minakshi. Minakshi, you want to say something? So thank you, everyone. We will only read this one chapter today. I know it's short, but I thought instead of giving you more chapters and complicating your thought
Hello,
process.
sir. I could not get you.
No, that's okay, man. We are done.
It's okay.
We are simply asking the question why teachers are averse to change, why their insecurity does not let them adapt. That was what we were trying to address today. And Neeraj was very good. We had a very good conversation today. I will read something small before we go. Yeah, I'll leave a little message for you to think about change. And I'm going to read from page 10, Roman 10. And I'm going to repeat something which I read in the introduction. My good school helps young people follow their passion in service, skill, sport, and study. The four disciplines form the key elements for delivering quality in education. The school may focus on one of their specialty, but a good school works to deliver a balance of all. Every person for all is a full 10 on 10. What matters is the emphasis we individuals gives to the four S's. For some, study could be a full 10. For some, sport. Yet, the most complete individual will value all the four S's. So, when you look at a student in your class, try and identify what the passion of the student is. And that will help you overcome the change in yourself. You look at the student differently. You will not be judgmental about the student then. And that is an important part of a teacher. My good school works for the personal and social development of an individual by creating an environment. So, you as a teacher, if you want to overcome this challenge of change, look at only three things. And the three things are experiential learning, learning by doing. That's an important part for a teacher. Similarly, you have to encourage your students to be involved in activities beyond just what you have to do for your syllabus. And only when teachers be good mentors for young people will the world change, will teachers change, and will teachers become comfortable. So it's important for you to overcome this reservation you have for change. It's important for you to think and start reflecting. It's now almost 5 weeks. We are still not getting you to write. So please get over this limitation. Send us a voice note. Even that is acceptable. Send us a drawing. It's acceptable. But please think after every session. Pause and reflect. Reading, reflection, and relationship building. This is why we are here. I wish you all the best. Have a great weekend. There's a masterclass tomorrow, Saturday at 5:30. Most welcome to join it. There's My Good School on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Most welcome to read with us. Thank you all for being here. A short Friday afternoon session. This week we were at 1:40, but our standard time for Fridays is 2:20 p.m. This session is with the support of JDS School and now, of course, the Arthur Foot Academy. So the time for our session is 2:20 p.m. That's what we always do. Suman ma'am, are you here? From JDS, do we have anyone to confirm the time? We will be 2:20 p.m. next week. For 2 weeks, we were 1:40. Is that okay? Minakshi, next Friday, we'll be here at 2:20 p.m. The link and the time in the Zoom meeting will be 2:20 p.m. for next week, please.
We'll be there, sir. Okay, at 2:20 we'll all join in.
Yeah, that will help you finish your school and settle children. So it'll be 2:20 p.m. next week. And the advantage of this is that even if you've gone home, you can join from your device. It's very easy as that.
Camera.
Yeah, Suman ma'am, how are you?
Fine, sir.
So,
Sir,
ma'am,
time 2:20, sir. So it is not possible to attend at 2:20.
next week, you said for 2 weeks you wanted 1:40.
Because nowadays we are having off time 2:20 regularly.
2:20. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what time do you want next week, ma'am? That's what I'm asking you.
Same 1:40.
How many weeks is it going to be 1:40? We have to plan. I have to plan my week also.
First April से लेट होगा पहले तो नहीं होता ना Up to 1st April तो चल सकता है 140, उसके बाद change.
Minakshi ma'am, for the month of March, it will be 140. Is that okay?
Yeah, for us it's okay, except our children leave at that time, but then that's okay. The teachers will be joining in. I'll look after the children.
Lovely. So it'll be 1:40 p.m. for the month of March. I will change the time in the invitation so that the alert which comes to you will inform you accordingly. So the entire month of March, we will meet you at 1:40 p.m. Is that okay? If you have any choice for a chapter which you want me to read next time, open your book and put it in the WhatsApp chat in the GSI journal. I'll read that chapter for you. Thank you so much. Wonderful being here. See you next Friday at 2:20 p.m. Bye bye. Have a great weekend.